Welcome to the Empowerment Zone with Ramona Houston, where we zone in on Black and Brown relations and our journey to empowering our communities.
Thank you for joining the Empowerment Zone. I am your host, Ramona Houston. There are so many reasons to get involved in the performing arts. Many people love dance, they love music, they love theater. We all love the performing arts, and there is healing through the performing arts as well. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to the Empowerment Zone. I am your host, Ramona Houston, and we have Danyelle Givens as our guest today. Danyelle Givens is originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and she started her love for dance at the age of 3, being mentored and taught by her cousin, Candace Jones. Candace's training at Alvin Ailey began a fire and passion in Danyelle that would grow into a gift that continues to flourish. Her training started at City Ballet Theater and continued through an arts magnet program in the city of Milwaukee. She was classically trained in all styles of dance, including ballet, jazz, hip hop, modern, lyrical, West African, tap, point, liturgical, stepping, and others. This added to the versatility of her dance and choreography range. Her craft was then honed at Milwaukee High School of the Arts as a dance major. She states, quote, "Being a dance performance major made me the skilled and ready for the big leagues. I was trained to dance professionally by some of the best instructors this world could offer, and when I began college, I was ahead of the game. This created a love for dance and a need to share my gift to inspire my community and leave a legacy in the world." End quote. Her journey then took her to becoming a head instructor of the Lakeland University dance team and a powerhouse dance choreographer at Coker College under Professor Wanda Ebright, majoring in dance and choreography. Through studying at Coker College, South Carolina Alliance for Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance selected her choreography to be featured in their yearly dance health convention. Her performance credits include being a dancer in Art in Motion Dance Company, company member, Milwaukee Dance Connection, apprentice company member, High Voltage Dance Company, company member and head instructor, Majeska Theater Dance Company, lead dancer, Emmanuel Dancers, choreographer, and the Oasis Dancers, lead instructor, choreographer, and many others. Outside of being a dancer, she has also done dance outreach programs in her community, including being a dance instructor at the YMCA and Boys and Girls Club for several years, leading numerous dance camps and teaching at dance studios across the U.S. She currently serves as the artistic director, creative dancer of Abundance Dance Company, and assistant director, instructor of Jazz and Motion Dance Studio, and a master instructor around the city of Atlanta. Danyelle would like to thank those instructors, mentors that have helped her to grow and mature into the dancer and inspirational instructor she is today. So welcome, Danyelle. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you. So thank you.
Well, I can't wait for you to tell us all about healing through the performing arts and particularly dance. So tell us, before we get on to our topic, can you tell us a little about you and your background, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, awesome. So, like you said, my name's Danielle Givens. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have been dancing since the age of 3. It was just born into me. That was my passion at 3. No one had to push me to dance. Nobody had to force me to dance. I woke up dancing. I went to sleep dancing. That has been my thing. My cousin, Candace Jones, She is the one who started me dancing. She was my mentor. She was my first dance teacher as well. So she started me in dance. She also started me in dance instruction, and she also started me in knowing my dance history. My parents also were part of the arts community. And so they put me and my brother in an arts magnet program that starts from elementary school and lands you into high school. So once you get into that elementary school, you automatically go that track. You have the choice to go outside of that track, but me and my brother stayed because the arts was our life. The arts was our community. He was more in journalism, and I was in dance, and I also was a violinist. So I was trained by some amazing, amazing instructors. One of my most caring instructors, Miss Diva Houston, she trained me from the age of 3 into my adulthood, and she really honed my skills. And I adore her for taking the time to teach me not just dance, but love as well. And outside of dance, I'm an old soul. So I was raised around a lot of my aunts and uncles. They were amazing people in the community, in the civil rights community. My mother, she is a teacher as well. All of her siblings are teachers. They are part of the Milwaukee public school system, and they have trained and taught so many students. So I kind of gleaned that from them as well. Um, and so I think that all came together. But being around a lot of older people, I was also in positions where I saw people pass, or I was with people when they passed, or as them just being older, right? So I gleaned a lot of older wisdom from them. But I think one thing God taught me at an early age was about healing. I never understood why I was around um, older people, and why that made me such an old soul. I had an older state of mind. I had an older wisdom that I gleaned from them. And I think God had to kind of take me through my own journey to kind of bring it all together, bring the dance and the healing. My family always says that I'm a comforter, and I think I got that from my grandmother. She was, I believe, a healing spirit. And I was with her from the beginning of when I was born all the way to her transition into glory. So I think I gleaned a lot of her healing and just love and caring and pouring from her. So that brought that all together, which made me create Abundance Dance Company. Um, and Abundance was created out of a space where I didn't see any dancers that look like me. I am a curvy girl, and I'm proud of being a curvy girl. I'm African American, and sometimes I would be the only African American, especially in the ballet world. It would just be one of me. And so I never wanted a little girl or a young man to think that they couldn't dance because they didn't look like a certain body type or a certain skin color or a certain race. Or I just wanted everybody to realize that anybody could dance, no matter if they were trained or they were just starting. I wanted people to see somebody that looked like them. I wanted a little girl at the theater, if she came and saw my show, not to say, oh, I'm too big to dance. I wanted her to see somebody that looked like her, or my hair is too curly, or my hair is too straight. I wanted them to see them. And so I wanted to create these experiences of healing and really just inspire people to go to their next. So that is just a little bit about me and why I've created Abundance.
I love this. You had so much to say in that, and I want to unwrap a lot of things you just talked about in terms of healing and dance as a healer. Why do you? How do you bring that together? About you talking about you were raised around older people and that you got that spirit of healing and then you transferred it to dance. Explain that. What do you mean by dance being a healing place What is your philosophy? Because it seems like you made a connection between being around the elders, being around community, and
Mhm.
then how this transferred to healing. Can you kind of explain that connection, please?
Yes. So being around the older community, I don't think we always have respect for our elders. I think we've lost that. And so that was just one thing that stayed with me. But I just remember being my older family members' comforter, and I really kept that. That's just a part of me as being a comforter. And so I think going through my own things, going through my own life, not always having somebody present to help me through things. I remember I went to a dance conference, and it was right actually before a show. And the minister, she brought me up front, and I was getting prayed over my ankles because I had some ankle issues, and this was right before my first show. And she stopped me and she said, you probably do need healing for your ankle, and we'll definitely pray for that. But have you ever known that you can give healing? And I was just kind of sit back, and that's all she said. And she's just like, let's sit with that for a moment. And so I did. And so God kind of took me back to, being with people during their transitions, and even just being a piece of wisdom for somebody, or if my friends were going through something, being just a comforter for them and walking them through what they were going through, or using my own pains as a way to walk people through what they were going through. I realized that most of the things that we go through is not really necessarily about us. I think God just allows you to go through things because he knows you're strong enough to get through it to help somebody else. And so me taking that and realizing dance was a healing space for me. I sometimes as a child, I was quiet. I didn't know how to converse or say what I needed to say, but dance allowed me to be totally, exactly, authentically who I was. And so I could say everything through that. And I also had another experience. I had an internship as in a dance therapy office, and I saw these children that were autistic, and just having all these things held up, traumatic kids, but they just could let it all out through dance, where people shortened their ability to know and do things. This dance therapy space allowed them to totally just let it all out. And so I brought all of these experiences together and realized dance is my healing space, but dance can be a healing space for somebody else. And when these dancers come into abundance, they have to do a level of healing themselves. They are not short of going through the experience. I take my own things that I've gone through and I create these dances out of that, but I also take experience from these dancers that they've gone through and make them heal through whatever it is that they are dealing with at the present time. I mean, we've had dancers that have been stuck in a place from old divorces and, burn their pictures on stage. We've had dancers that at one time, were had trouble conceiving, but were blessed to conceive out of healing through dance. We've had people that have gone through depression and had to deal with their depression within their dance and have gone to go past depression. I make these experiences authentic. So these dancers are really speaking from personal places, but it's also for that audience member to come in and identify themselves and say, oh, that's me. Okay, they're giving me an experience to take me to what's next and get me out of where I'm stuck in. So I always wanted it to be an experience for the dancer and the audience member to just go to their next and be healed from whatever they're dealing with, whether it's something sad, or maybe it's even a stagnation, a happy place. Maybe you're just comfortable, but you need to be pushed to your next. And I want everybody that comes to, whether it's a rehearsal, they see a video, or they come to the show, that they are touched in that manner and healed in that manner.
This is very powerful. Your concept of healing and how you figure you got that spirit from the elders of healing, and then you transferred it to dance, and making dance a healing process, not just for the dancer, but for the people, individuals or individuals who are experience the dance by watching it. That's a very that's a different type of way to look at dance, instead of just looking at it as performative, that it's also transformative. And
Yeah.
I like that. And you have so much passion when you speak about it. But like I said, you had so many things wrapped up in that in so many ways we can take this discussion. But I do want to go back to your point about, being a big girl, being a Black girl, being a different looking girl, that you can say, hey, this is authentically who I am, and you can be this too. And that's powerful, to sit up here and say, reading your bio, to say that you did ballet in Point. There is a certain look, even if you're small,
Yes.
if you're still Black, you have challenges being a ballerina, right? We know we know that no matter how light skinned you may be, you're still Black. And so you know by being an example and being a dancer with a different type of look, you inspire others, and that's also transformative, right?
Yes, 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 it definitely is. We just recently had a performance with the Divas with the Cause in at the Marietta Theater of the Square. And this little girl, she was in the audience, and she just ran up to me, and her mom was like, she has got to meet you. She's been wanting to meet you this whole time. And I'm like, absolutely. But she reminded me of me at that age. She was this beautiful chocolate baby with this beautiful natural hair and a little curvy girl. And she just says, I want to be a dancer. And I said, and you can be, and you will be. And what I do a lot for my students is I like them to say affirmations, because I want them to believe it for self, but I also want their subconscious to know it. And I want them to operate in what I'm telling them to say. So not only was I like, you can be a dancer, but I want you to say it. You will be a dancer, and you will be in my class, one day, and you will be amazing. And so because my cousin Candace, she popped that seed in me at a young age, and I can pass that on to that little girl. So if she doesn't remember anything else, she remembers that she can be a dancer, and she will be a dancer. Transformation is for everybody. That's why our logo is a butterfly, but it's a person, growing wings. And so I want that person to transform to what, their higher power, or whatever their higher next is. I want them to be their best self. So definitely, I really believe in little girls and little boys seeing, them, whether they look like, what society says they're supposed to look like or not. I was a curvy girl, and I was on point, and I was amazing at point, and I could knock some other girls off the way that didn't think that I could. I remember one experience where I was in ballet class, and then we transitioned to jazz class. And so I was kind of in the back because, Black girl in the back. I didn't want to even have to deal with, I was at some point kind of shy and not necessarily ashamed, but I was just getting into knowing things about racism and things. So I would sometimes put myself in the back. And I remember my dance teacher calling me to the front. She said, "Come up here and show these people what to do." And I was just so and so I did it, and I did the dance that she told me to, and I just remember all these little boys and girls looking at me like, "Where did you come from?" And I was, "Well, I've always been here." So that moment, that gave me so much confidence and pushed me to become this person so that I can speak life into another little girl, or somebody that's 14 and just starting dance, or somebody that's 50 just starting dance. You can and will be, no matter what anybody says. You can. If you have the mindset to do it, we can do it. We can do it together.
I love it. And I also like your term, instead of saying big girl, I like the curvy girl. I like that. I like that. And words matter, right?
Yeah.
Because in our society, in our culture, you know, we condemn the curvy girl, right? She's not good enough, and you're saying no. Hey, I affirm who I am, and I show up authentically, who I am. And so, not only do we have the Missy Copelands in the world inspiring young women, we also have the Danyelle Givens of the world who inspiring our young people and our people of all ages. So tell us a little bit before we go. We know your company, as you stated, is Abundance Dance Company, and it's located here in Atlanta, Georgia. I know you have an upcoming performance called the Soul Therapy Project, and it'll be um, uh, happening on May 23rd, which is this month. Can you tell us a little bit about the concept of the Soul Therapy Project, and if people want to check it out, how they can participate, not just see, but participate in the show?
Absolutely. So I created this show about 3 years ago after my last show, the Love Project. And I think God took me through a 3-year process on purpose. Because there were dealings that I had to go through to even be able to birth this. And I also had to put myself in actual therapy to be able to speak from an honest place. And so the Soul Therapy Project, it is on May 23rd, which is next Sunday. And it will be at the Windmill Art Center in East Point. I wanted it in my community, around, all people, And so it was created out of a space of when I had some issues and down moments and dealing with depression and just some hurtful times. And I remember getting down to my lowest when I felt like my presence wasn't needed here on earth, and it was just me and God. And I was at a point where I had just got to rock bottom in my life, between, love relationships and having a hard time with dealing with the grief of my dad being sick, and being a single female, and just going through abusive situations in love. And I just got so down in life. And so I remember sitting on my bed, and it was just me and God. And I just knew that that was it. And so I remember me getting a vision at that point of my mom finding me not here in this world again, and how much pain it was. And God had to give me that vision to be like, that is not your story, and you need to get up and you need to figure it out, because that's not what I created you for. Okay. As a child, I was premature, and he brought that back to my vision. And he's like, you know, you almost passed away as a child. So, if I saved you at that point, you have purpose, and you better get up and do something about it. And I said, you're right, God. You're definitely right. So I got up And I got up and I created the Soul Project out of that moment. I never wanted anybody to be so down in their depression or in stagnation in their purpose and feel like they were alone. So the show it calls out these different things, different issues, but we dance on that issue and create healing from that. So, we talk about depression. We talk about God giving you beauty from the ashes of mess that you've gone through. We talk about identity crisis. We talk about generational cycles and curses because we're cycle breakers. I'm claiming for people that come to this show and people that are connected to me, we're breaking cycles in our family line. We talk about we have one piece where it was created out of me loving Strange Fruit from Billie Holiday. I have had a love for Billie Holiday for a really long time. And I just remember a moment in the newest Billie Holiday movie, as well as the oldest one, Lady Sings the Blue with Diana Ross, of her seeing somebody lynched. And I wanted that to be reversed. And I wanted to take that life that was lost, that ancestor that was lost, and take them off of that news and reclaim their life. And I wanted us to go back to the most freest place where we were in Africa, where we were celebrating, or even if we were already here, where we were celebrating and we knew our culture and we knew all about us and we were celebrating with our elders. Like even thinking about, the only way you can heal sometimes is to give honor to those that fought before you came. We talk about some really serious subjects and some really beautiful subjects like Black women in love. I just feel like it's time for Black women to just know love in a healthy manner. We have been so strong for so long, but I don't want us to lose the fact that we are soft. We are soft and we deserve beautiful love. And, Big Mama, she definitely was married to Granddaddy for 55 years, 60, 70, 80 years, and created this beautiful legacy. But the honesty about it is sometimes Granddaddy went out and cheated, but she stayed, right? And she created sometimes a generational cycle of, women that are going to stay. But I wanted to break that cycle and say, no more. As much as respect we have for Big Mama, we want to reclaim her time and, give honor to the love that she did deserve. And not saying Granddaddy was a terrible human being. He had flaws, And so I just wanted to create a new healthy space for a Black woman in love. So we just talk about a plethora of things. It is a beautiful show. I'm so excited for people to see it and see this process. This show was also created out of me going through therapy, dealing with my things with the therapist, and just, I could tell that she knew that I was a healing person because the way she even talked to me, she talked to me with authority. Like, yeah, you've had these things that you've gone through, but you have the responsibility to get through it so that you can talk through it from an honest place and also use it in your purpose. And so that's what this show was created out of. So I'm super excited. I hope everybody comes out. You can buy tickets at thesoultherapyproject.eventbrite.com. You can buy physical tickets. You can come be with us physically. We will definitely be safe, safe and sound, and sanitized, but you also can view virtually and you can live stream us as well. So if you have any questions or if you want to come to the show, please don't hesitate to go to that website. And you also can find me on IG at Abundance Dance Company. With the @ you can find me there on IG, and you also can find me at my personal, which is Fab Tutu Cookie, FABTUTU Cookie, which those are all my like nicknames from dance put together. So I would love to see everyone there. I would love to see everyone be a part and just come experience the abundance experience.
I love it. And what is your website in case anybody wanted to learn more about your dance company?
It's www.abundancedancecompany.com.
Love it. So you can see the Soul Therapy Project on May 23rd. That's the Soul Therapy Project.eventbrite.com. Make sure you go and purchase that ticket, and you can watch it virtually, or you can come and participate in person. And you can also visit the Abundance Dance Company for all of you who have children or know adults who want to be involved in this transformative performing arts group. So thank you so much, Danyelle. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I've learned so much, and I can't wait to have you back. You're always welcome whenever you want to talk about a project, whenever you want to talk about another aspect of dance that you want to share your philosophy and beliefs. I look forward to having you as a guest again. And thank you so much for joining us here on the Empowerment Zone.
Thank you so much. I'm so appreciative. Many blessings, light, and love. Thank you.
We have Danyelle Givens here today, and she's going to give us a strategy for college success. So, Danyelle, what college or colleges did you attend? What were your major or majors? And then give us that strategy you would tell students to be successful in college.
Mm-hmm. So I attended Coker College in Hartsville, South Carolina, and I also attended Southern New Hampshire University. My majors were dance performance and choreography, as well as fashion marketing and management. And my success advice to students is to stay focused. Stay focused on your studies. And also be healthy when it comes to studying, coming late at night. Don't feel like you have to sacrifice your mental space to get the best grade. You want to have a healthy mind and get the correct sleep so that you can operate correctly as a student. And just really know that when it gets rough, you can get past it. Don't just give up because you feel like this is hard or this is different. Push past it. Find mentors, find mentees that people can learn from you and you can learn from. Read. The library was my best friend. Finding out about new cultures and new people. Immerse yourself in the college university experience. Do things that are beyond your comfort zone. Get to know new languages, new people, new things. Do things that are new to you. Learn more knowledge. You're already paying to be there, so you want to get all that you can out of that experience. And also realize that when you get there and you look around, you see all these millions of students, but when you graduate, you may be the only one left. But just promise yourself that you will still be there after those 4 years or beyond, and know that you can go to MBAs, anything you want to do, you will do. Med school, whatever, you can do it. So believe in yourself.
Love it. Love it. She gave us all kinds of advice for success in college. Focus, 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 stay healthy. And health means also getting enough rest. A lot of people look at health only as nutrition and exercise, but as Danyelle stated, it's also about making sure you get enough rest. Work through your difficulties. Don't you give up. Identify mentors and mentees because you can learn from both. Make sure you read. You're supposed to be reading in college. Don't you skip those books. Explore different cultures. Get to meet different people. Immerse yourself in the college experience. Make sure that you take advantage of all aspects of college. Get out of your comfort zone. Don't you stay comfort. Don't you get out of your comfort zone. Don't make sure that you are not doing things just because they're easy and just because they make you comfortable. Believe in yourself and make sure that you continue to the end. Thank you so much for all of that great advice, Danyelle. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
A special thank you to the incredible team of the Empowerment Zone. Terry Gully, theme song. NADWorks, digital support, and of course, our featured guest.
If you enjoyed my podcast, please subscribe. We are on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Be sure to rate us on Apple Podcasts too. Thank you for your continued support.